Good morning. Another beautiful day. Although my location right now, again, it's overcast, cool for a July day or a July morning, yet still beautiful. I'll soon be out getting my walk in, finding the beauty of my day. I woke this morning and the word it came to me was transition. And I sat on that for a little bit before I actually got out of bed. Transition. And then it just, everything started to come together, the thoughts. Now, how it was all going to be conveyed was yet to be determined. But the thoughts of where we are right now in this world, this whole planet that we live in, where we share a small space, us individuals, with the rest of the world, we share a small space. But we're all going through this transition of time, this shift. This is a huge shift, and for a lot of folks, this is a scary time. But a lot of this that we're going through is something that was already, it was time, what we're going through, and what we will be going through for a long time after this. Because for me, I see this as the beginning. Just the beginning. The shift that we are experiencing now is going to be the beginning of what's coming. And it's not so much about the virus. It's going to be the effects of. And so here you are in a time, here we are, here I am, here everyone is in a time of transition. What are you going to do? I heard a friend talk and use this as an example of where they thought we as a human race, not all, but those, a large group, are awakening to where we're going and just being awakened. And she used as a human, we all have come from the darkness. We all come out, but we are drawn to the light. And she referred to being in the womb. There we become accustomed to the dark. We find comfort. And then all of a sudden we are forced out into the world, into the light. And we go kicking and screaming. We don't see, but we can feel the light. And then eventually we open our eyes and we can see the light. And here we're forced into the world. It was a transition. It took a while. And this, I feel, is where we are now. That resonated with me, the example that she gave, and so now I'm sharing. Because I feel that a lot of people are having a hard time, and I did a while back, a couple years when I walked into this, and it was like I didn't understand what was going on with me as the individual, wondering everything that I thought was what I was to do, what I was intended to do, became not. It was not. And then it became a question of what the heck was I doing all those years? And then I finally got to a point where it was like, well, that was all part of my journey. And when I finally when I finally awakened to what it was I have always been intended to do, I had gratitude. I let go of the sadness of the time that I thought at that moment was wasted. Because everything has a reason, everything has a purpose. We go through things not for naught. We go through things for the experience and the learning, excuse me. So we're going through a transition right now, and a lot of people are waking up. They're starting to see what was of importance is no longer the same. It doesn't have the same resonance as it did before. You're going to find yourself starting to become more aware of things around you. You're going to start listening to things, the wind. You're going to start being drawn to the water. You're going to start being quiet time. This is a transition. Things are going to shift. Things are shifting now, like never before that we've known. I'll say it that way, because it's always changing, always shifting. But not like this. And this could be one of two things for you. This could be a thing of beauty when you don't resist and you find yourself being present in this moment. Yeah. And the biggest part of it is going beyond what you hear, what you're being told by society. A lot of which is it's for you to choose. For me, I find my peace is not being driven by the narrative of those who want it to be known. This is the way it is. For me, it doesn't. I don't fall in line with that. What I fall in line with is me being who I am and what I was intended to be here for. And as many of you listening, many of you that might hear this later, you're here for a reason. And it's for you to find what that reason is. It's there in you. Everything that you need is already wrapped in a package called your human body. It's you. If you're going through a sadness, if you're going through fear, you have the ability to change that. Fear and sadness is a darkness that wants to consume the light, and light will take over. The light is you, but the darkness wants to put out that light. So once you become aware, you can sit back and go, okay, when this sensation of whatever it is, fear, anger, a dark energy, you can sit back and say, okay, no, this has no place in my life. But you have to see it, and you have to know when it's coming. And the more present you are in the day, in the time that you are, the more you will start to feel it coming on. And you will be able to push back. So, this is a time of transition. Are you ready? And if you're not, it's time to get ready. Because things are going to change, whether you want it or not. Change in ways that you may not have been able to foresee. The changes are going to be what very few will have seen. And most will be awesome changes, but they're going to be changes that you may not be able to understand. And like with all things, some things take a little bit to get used to. So now's the time to prepare yourself in what's coming. Prepare yourself with finding who you are. Prepare yourself into being able to find the light within you that's wanting to shine bright. And know that you can do all things. That's a big part of what you're here for, is to be the light in someone else's life. Not only just yourself, but for others. And this is a time, and we are in a place where there is darkness wanting to take over. And here's where your energy and your power comes into play, is to be the light for others. And the more you shine bright, the more of a positive effect you have on this place. So with that, hopefully this little message resonates with somebody, and if it doesn't, okay. You can find me on Facebook, Nicholas Gallardo. You can find me on Instagram, The Power of Love Heals, where mostly I do a lot of photos and we'll put a few words. And you can find me on YouTube, Power of Love Heals, where I have some other videos that I'm starting to add back into the collection of. And have a beautiful day. Be well, be love, always. And until next time, stay awesome.